is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
After a short bout with rain earlier today, it's turned into a nice night for baseball here in the Motor City and a perfect night to watch some must-see JV. Verlander on the hill tonight. Tigers Astros, Game 2. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us for the Tigers and the Astros tonight. The Tigers won the opener last night, and tonight, Kirk, they've got JV on the hill. In the month of July, he's been really good.
First question, El Caballo.
The horse.
That's Justin Verlander's turned into a real horse here now. Leads the American League in innings pitched. His 22nd start tonight, on task for 34 starts on the year, 225 plus innings. Just has all the stuff going. He's got all of his pitches. He can make it go both ways on both sides of the plate. He's got the good curveball, the slider, the changeup, and he's just really in a rhythm right now. He's definitely the ace. He's on task. He's who you want to have on the mound tonight for the Detroit Tigers, and he's ready to go.
All right, now the Tigers are still awaiting J.D. Martinez's return. That may be soon, but in the interim, Tyler Collins has done a fantastic job.
You know, we tend to talk about the big guys, Kinslers, Cabrera, Upton. Salty's been a horse as well, but you know the little guys matter too. That's Tyler Collins. Just think of the year that he's come through. Had a tough situation here at the end of April. Went to AAA, come back. Big plays on the last road trip. Chicago. Then here's the throw against Boston. The Tigers go to end up winning that game 4-3. These little plays right here. Then the big 3-run home run last night. The Tigers go up 9-2 in the second inning. This is a real good sign for the Tigers. The role players are starting to get back into the thing. Like I said, when you need that one win at the end of the season, you're going to look back. You need players like this, role players. He throws good, he runs good, he hits good. He's in the lineup again tonight, trying to make a contribution.
And we'll see if he will indeed. The Tigers and Astros, Game 2 coming up after a short break. We'll send you back to the Coliseum Studios. Check in with Trevor Thompson. And coming up tonight, when the Astros and Tigers get together, one thing is for sure, two of the top second basemen in the league will square off. Tigers take the field tonight. Game 2 in this series featuring the Tigers and the Houston Astros. Here's the starting lineup for the Astros tonight, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. It'll be George Springer to lead things off for the Astros. Career against the Tigers, really good numbers. Preston Tucker is the DH tonight. Altuve at second base. Correa the shortstop. Colby Rasmussen left. Bregman the rookie at third. White, Castro, and Marisnik on your bottom three tonight for the Stros. And of course, Justin Verlander, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Well, JV 10-6 on the year, 3-0 in his last 5, 7-3 in his last 10 games for the Tigers have won. And his fastball has been trending up 91 to 97. He's got it when he wants it. The curveball, he'll throw it in down counts 0-0-1-0. Slider and change as well. And here's the Tigers starting lineup, brought to you by Beaumont Health. Jay up again over in left field. Cam Maben again in center field. Tyler Collins, as we talked about in the open, again in right field playing well. Nick Castellanos at third. Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle. Miggy over at first as always. James McCann behind the plate. He's catching Justin Verlander.
And we are ready for baseball tonight. It is George Springer starting things off for the Astros. A multi-talented leadoff man. Verlander's first pitch is a strike call. Springer batting .258. Good power in that leadoff slot. 22 home runs. And pretty good numbers against JV. 4 for 6. Here's the 0-1. Lifted foul back out of play. No balls and 2 strikes on Springer.
Just looking through the Astros lineup here. You got Springer's 4 for 6. Altuve 4 for 8 off JV. Correa behind Altuve 1 for 3. So just as last night, I'm thinking get in a pinch right here. You might want to get around Altuve, put the pressure on somebody else.
Now the 0-2. That's lifted back out of play as well. Last night Altuve was pitched to with first base open in the first inning, but he ended up going deep, a 2-run shot before the Tigers bounced back quickly and scored a ton of runs early last night. But Altuve, he's a dynamite player.
He's about as exciting and trending upward as you can get. And as you said, Kinsler and Altuve both on the field tonight, a real treat.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Springer. And Kinsler, of course, in the leadoff slot for the Tigers, 2 of the better second basemen in the American League and really in baseball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ball high, 2-2 now. Level the count on Springer. He was 1 out of 3 in the ball game last night. Waiting on deck is Preston Tucker. Springer stands close to the plate. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big swing there for Springer.
JV gets up in the count, wastes a couple of pitches. Springer is wondering, what's he going to throw me? You going to throw me that curveball? 95 mile an hour. Good explosive fastball with a little movement. And down he goes. Let's take a look at the American League Central standings. Detroit only 4.5 behind Cleveland. Chicago 9.5 back. Cleveland did win last night. And in the wild card race, Tigers a half game behind Houston as we go into the game tonight.
Tucker is the DH this evening, batting in the 2 slot. Did not play last night. Preston batting just 183, 1 for 6 career against JV. He was called up on the 22nd of July from their AAA team in Fresno. He'll spray that one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just looking at his fastball so far today. Early in his first 2 batters, you're noticing the movement, the late life on Verlander's fastball running into the right-handers. It's not just staying there straight. It's got some good movement. It's just hard, very hard to center. Coming with the fastball in here at first one tonight.
1-2. We do know this about Verlander. The month of July was absolutely outstanding. This, of course, will be his final start this month. He has an ERA of 1.60 in July. Coming off a terrific outing in Boston, always a tough place to pitch, Fenway Park.
You got to be able to dig in. You're going to give up some hits and some runs in that park, and you got to fight your way through it. But JV did a heck of a job.
1-2 is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now notice how many fastballs, high fastballs JV's thrown so far. That's by design. I do believe later that sets up a breaking ball. Monday he defeated the White Sox, 6 innings pitched, only 1 run, and they battled him. Red Sox, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 110 pitches to get through 6 innings. That's fouled back out of play.
JV's thrown 110 or more pitches his last 3 starts.
I thought that there might be a chance that Brad was going to send him out for the 7th in that game, but he thought better of it, and it worked out. And he capped him at 110 pitches on that day. 2-2. And Tucker swings and misses again, elevated out of the strike zone. Two gone. That'll bring up Jose Altuve. We mentioned that these 2 second basemen in this game are pretty good.
Well, Altuve has the most hits since 2014. Ian Kinsler right behind him at 494. But these guys are both extremely consistent, and they grind it out every day. They never take a play off. And that might sound easy in the living room, but I'm telling you, down there in the diamond, it's very tough to do it. They're above everybody else in that department.
Altuve looks at a ball outside. 1-0.
Altuve hit an opposite field home run yesterday in the 1st inning, and also hit a long fly ball to center field. And I thought that might have a chance last night. For a little guy, has a lot of pop.
A little bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes on the diminutive Jose Altuve. Even has his name on his elbow guard.
Altuve, you don't want to throw a pitch right in this area right here, middle in, just below the belt. That's the one he crushes.
Fouled away. 2-1.
Had a good rip there. I mean, just look at Verlander's view at Altuve, 5 foot 6 inches. You don't see anybody else like this in the league, and would take a little bit to adjust to the smaller strike zone.
That'll bend him out of the way. 3 balls and 1 strike. Are you buying 5.6?
Well, at first it was 5.5, then I heard 5.8, but the latest official measurement I heard was 5.6. What are you buying?
I'm going to go in at about 5.5, I think. Doesn't really matter. He's a great player. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2.
There's the hot cold zone. We're talking about this area right here. He likes it in.
Not a whole lot of blue on that graphic, is there?
Yeah, down and away. If you get a nice sharp slider, that might get you some relief.
Here's the 3-2. Drilled to center field. Base hit. Altuve is on with a 2-out single.
You know, I believe this is something. That was not a fastball. That was either a slider, a hard slider, or a changeup. I did not see the grip. Just a little two-seamer. He took something off it, trying to get down there towards the down and away zone. We showed you the blue part of it. Here's the sequence right here. On your Fox tracks, you can see all the pitches. At least you're safe out there on the outside part of the zone. And Miggy and Altuve talk a lot of hitting over there, I hear.
Native Venezuelans. And now here is Carlos Correa, the number 4 hitter. As Altuve draws the throw, he will run.
He's got 25 bags, only been caught 4 times, so you're going to have to pay a lot of attention to him. Throw a lot of balls over there to first base. Also hold and step off. Change your cadence.
Drilled toward left field. Upton is on the move, and he won't get it. It's over his head. Altuve coming to third base. They're going to stop him there. And it's going to be a double for Correa up against the wall in left. I think it was a rocket.
That was, and Jay Up got that in very quickly. Altuve had to stop. He thought he was going to go all the way home. This ball ate Jay Up. I mean, this is a missile. This reminds me of a Dave Winfield line drive. The Altuve, he thinks he's going to score all the way. He's setting himself up. He's saying, "Vamos, vamos, let's go, let's go." Gets shut down.
It's pretty good language skills there. He was on the run too, and you still picked.
Did you see that?
That's pretty good.
Well, you saw it, didn't you?
I did, yeah. As if to say, "Come on, man, I want to score."
Think he was talking to his third base coach?
I think so. Well, here is Rasmus now with 2 outs, 2 on. And he'll look at a strike called, 0-1. Whoa.
Yeah, 113 miles an hour on the hit speed. That's hot.
Yeah, it's really hot.
I mean, average exit velocities in the mid-90s on the pitch right there. So you say you got a piece of it, huh?
I would say so, and you made a good point on Upton out there in left field. He got that ball in so quickly. I thought for sure Altuve was going to score on that ball. Justin saved a run by getting it back in quickly. Rasmus only 2 out of 14 career against JV. Here's the 0-1. Swing and miss. A little bit of heat there at 95 down the middle.
Yeah, he's digging into the tank early.
Twelve homers this year for Rasmus. Knocked in a couple of runs in the opener last night. Early scoring chance for Houston. Now the 0-2. Ball high, 1-2.
Now, if you're in your living room or wherever you're watching this game, make some notes about what's happened already. We got 2 strikeouts to start the inning, and a 3-2 single by Altuve on a something off speed down and away, and then the first pitch swinging of Correa on a fastball. Don't think you'll be seeing the first pitch fastball swing out of Correa again the next at bat. I always kind of keep notes here, and you can kind of predict what's going to happen as the game goes on. Altuve knows they're going to keep the ball away already from just last night's game and today.
Here is the Bernstein advantage, the pitcher-batter matchup between Rasmus and Verlander. 1 extra base hit to go with that 2 for 14. That's it.
5 Ks will take a 6th.
One and 2. And he missed high. Rasmus laid off. Would not chase that 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the letters.
That's 2 in a row that he's thrown up there. I remember on Springer he did the same thing with that sequence, and he came with the fastball again.
And Justin now is about to throw his 25th pitch of the inning after striking out Springer and Tucker to start the frame. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. They put a wrinkle in one, and Rasmus is out on strikes. Justin strikes out the side. Houston strands 2. Tonight here at the ballpark, Kinsler getting set to lead things off. Tigers starting lineup presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Kinsler, Maben, Cabrera in the top 3 spots. Victor Martinez, the DH. Castellanos in third. Upton is in left in your bottom 3. Collins, McCann, and Iglesias, who's been hot.
Tonight's pitcher, Mike Fiers. Fastball around 90. Likes his off speed though. Changeup and curveball, especially the curveball. That's the key for he must throw it for strikes. There you see his record at 7-4. Opponents hitting .287 against him.
Fiers out of Hollywood, Florida, 30 years of age, and he will face Kinsler to get it started. The Tigers were off and running early last night, man. They scored a couple of runs in the first and then blew it open in the second. Here's a strike called on Mr. Kinsler.
The fastball will be right around 90, 89 miles an hour. Has a very good breaking ball, and he will throw the changeup.
It'll bounce in, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Coming off a solid start against the Angels his last start. The previous 2 starts were not good, so what guy are we going to get tonight?
Fiers didn't walk anybody, struck out 2 in that last outing. Here's the 1-1. In there, a strike called. 1-2 on Kinsler. Ian has hit safely in his last 3. It's a little modest hitting streak. Was 2 out of 4 last night. Scored a couple of runs. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. Heading back to the dugout. And back to the seats. Ooh, nice grab off the carom. Kinsler now has scored 83 runs this year, second in the American League to Josh Donaldson. He'll get to 100 again, and when he does, it'll be the 6th time in his career that he's scored at least 100 runs. The 1-2. Drilled to center field. Marisnick will cruise over to make the catch.
Let's take a look at the Astros starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Again, Rasmussen left, Marisnick in center, and Springer in right. Alex Bregman at third base, the rookie looking for a hit still. Carlos Correa at short. Jose Altuve at second. Tyler White at first, and Jason Castro catching tonight. Mike Fiers on the mound.
Well, Cameron Maben was certainly a catalyst again last night. He had 3 more hits. He had 2 RBIs, including a double. 3 out of 9 career against Fiers. Strike 1. Cameron missed a few games with a bad back, but didn't seem to bother him last night. Had a huge game.
It'll be interesting to see if tomorrow he's in the lineup going night today.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, if he's not, you can almost be assured that Iglesias will bat in the 2 spot, because he did really well in that spot in Maben's absence.
I would agree.
1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit high. 2-1 now on Maben. Fiers acquired at the deadline last year from Milwaukee.
His fastball only 90 miles an hour, but he is sneaky. He's got kind of a, when you look at his motion, he hides that ball. It goes behind his body. He comes right over the top late. Pick it up late, and it gets on you quick because you're looking for the off-speed pitches.
Maben hits a hard ground ball to short, right at Correa. Cameron is out, 2 away. By the way, stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day.
Castellanos.
Didn't give you a chance to ask.
Predictable.
You got nicked, huh?
But just take 4 or 5 innings. Don't worry, Mario. Just take your time.
Let you know. I'll get back with you on that.
Yeah. What's new?
You know what? I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm going to go with Iglesias.
Gotcha.
So you got Nick?
Yep.
I got Iggy. Miggy looks at a strike, 0-1.
You a poet now?
Yeah, I didn't even know it.
Miggy and Iggy.
0-1 on Cabrera. Hammered foul out of play. 0-2. Well, Miggy appears to be on the upswing again. Had a couple of RBIs last night. He's hit safely in his last 4, and the average now is over 300 again.
You can just tell he's so much more comfortable. Swings are better. Striking out less. Probably shouldn't have said that. 2 strikes. That has nothing to do with the outcome. Trust me.
Oh, there would be a lot of people out there that would disagree with you, Mr. Gibbs.
So be it.
Disagree with you vehemently.
That's okay. I go what I think on my information.
Last 10 games, a .441 clip for Cabrera. Fires in search of a 1-2-3 first inning. Missed it high.
Can I just lay down a rule of engagement?
Sure.
So if you got something to say, you have to say it first, right? Before it happens.
That's right. That's the best way.
So on our telecast, and for those of you that have an opinion, write it down, timestamp it, have some accountability. That's fun.
First guessing, not second guessing. The 2-2 outside. 3-2. Now, when you managed, I'm sure you never got second guessed.
Well, all managers get second guessed. That just goes with the territory. Just, you know, you have to listen to your people that come in and talk to you. Like maybe it's a Jim Leland or your general manager, say Kevin Towers for me. You have to respect what they have to say.
Meanwhile, Cabrera goes down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Fires in a 1-2-3 inning. They go to the second. On Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. And by Ram, find your summer of fun with great deals at the Ram Summer Clearance Event. It's turned into a really nice night here in the Motor City.
Got a little wind out there if you're a sailor. Look at here. That's fun. It's like a little, what do we call that? It looks like he's pointing to me. It's called a point.
I'm going to listen to what you say because I know nothing about boating.
He's going into the wind. That's what they call it.
Thank you. Bregman flies out to right field in the first pitch. 1 gone.
If you disagree, let us know. Right?
That's right.
It's not a reach. That's kind of when the wind's at your side.
Okay. But see, you're a big boater, so you should know these things.
I just gave you 2 pieces of information. I don't want to overload you.
That's not easy or not hard to do. Trust me. Here's Tyler White. Batting .207 on the year. White with 7 homers. Hitless in the ball game last night. And he'll look at a strike 0-1. Well, I remember at the beginning of the year, everybody when baseball was talking about Tyler White, man, this guy's gotten off to an incredible start. Was the player of the week in the American League for the first week of the season. Hit over 500 the first week.
Build him up. What happened?
Yep. And eventually was back down to the minor leagues. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's not that easy. You know, when you bat 500 for a week, that's an anomaly.
He hit .211 and 166 ABs to begin the season. Went down to AAA. .288, 11 home runs, .935 on OPS, on base plus slugging. That was in Fresno, where you could probably slug a good .850 anyway. The air is very thin and it flies.
You mean you as in general, not you as in me?
No, you as in you.
Oh, really? Thank you. 2-2 on White.
That's a very offensive league, the Pacific Coast League.
Here's the 2-2 offering. Got him, strike 3 in the inside corner, and White didn't like it. Still shaking his head no. JV now has already picked up 4, count them, 4 strikeouts.
See a good two-seamer. We're talking about the movement. It runs probably off the plate when the ball is caught. Look at McCann stick it. Takes the glove, brings it, holds it right there. Yep. Adam Hamari, the home plate umpire, gives JV the call.
Here's Castro.
When you have as much experience as Justin, and you've thrown the ball as much, I'm sure the young umpire has been told by his teammates or his crew what to expect from Justin Verlander. I don't know if he's seen him yet or not, but I would think most umpires would enjoy umpiring a Justin Verlander game.
Yeah, you would think. Here's the 0-1. Castro has not been a good matchup in terms of his perspective against Verlander. He's 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts against JV.
6 punchies?
6 of them.
Sounds like me against Matt Young.
Oh, really?
He couldn't hit his curveball.
There's a bender that drops it for a strike, 1 and 2.
That's we were talking about that early in the game. Castro gave up on that pitch, thought it was going to be another high fastball. JV dropped it in there nicely for a strike, 1 and 2.
Verlander in search of the 1-2-3 second. Time is given to Castro.
They went through them all the signs.
Little bouncer left side of the infield. Castellanos. And it'll be a 1-2-3 inning for JV. No runs, no hits. Astros lead none. We go to the bottom of the second. Home field advantage brought to you by Lowe's. Here are some of the best records at home since May 16th.
Dodgers with a comeback win last night over Arizona. Tigers second at 22-10. Cleveland, our nemesis, they're pretty good at home too. And the Orioles and the Astros, who are on the road here in Comerica tonight.
Well, here come the Tigers now as we go to the bottom of the second. They went 1-2-3 against the right-hander Mike Fiers in the first. Victor Martinez, Nick Castellanos, Justin Upton. Victor DHing again tonight. They played a pull on the infield, shifting to the right side. And Victor batting .300 on the year with 17 home runs. Not a team in baseball that shifts more than the Astros. The 1-0 pitch is inside, 2-0. There's A.J. Hinch. Second year as manager of the Astros.
He used to be his bench coach.
In Arizona, correct?
Yep.
There's the 2-0 pitch. Outside 3-0. What kind of a manager was he?
Young. He was young at the time, had a lot to learn, as like everybody does when you start out. But we've had some conversations. He's much more comfortable where he sits today.
H.A. former Tiger as well. There is ball 4. Leadoff man on. First base runner of the ball game for the Tigers. That'll bring up Castellanos. Nick last night was 2 out of 4. .294 right now for Castellanos, but when you look at his numbers this year against the Astros, his eyes light up. He is 7 for 16 against the Astros, and they play him toward the left side of the infield.
He's really been swinging at the breaking ball good as of late.
In there, a strike call. You see the shift they're putting on Castellanos. He has been one of the guys that has really kind of adjusted to the shifting.
So open. How do you not go that way?
No doubt.
That's what Houston would like, because he drives the ball out of the park very well. So
0-2. .2 on Castellanos. Bender is grounded toward the left side, base hit. Out of the reach of Correa into left field, and the Tigers now have 2 men on. We're talking about Castellanos and his improvement against the shift. Last year gave you just .214 against all the shifting that was done against him. Look at the number this year.
Yeah, .371. Most people are 30 points below their normal numbers against the shift, but Casty's just hitting the ball with more authority and to other parts of the field. That was a breaking ball, and the previous pitch to him was a changeup. So right on right changeups you don't see very often.
Now Justin Upton with nobody out. Upton takes ball 1 inside. J.Up hit a 3-run homer late in the game last night, turned a 10-3 game into a 13-3 game. Finishing with a couple of hits.
Fastball in.
Right back up the middle. Altuve will throw to third base, and out there is Victor Martinez.
Double play.
Castellanos making sure that he is out at second base, and he is. That's a great play by Altuve, who tagged the bag and then threw to third.
Jab hits a bullet, but they have him properly played.
I'll tell you what, man, J.Up is hitting the ball really hard.
Now, if you're the runner here, you want to try and get right in front of this guy right here. got to read that glove and just kind of veer right over there and take it out the back. You want that throw to go through. That makes sense?
Perfect sense. Tigers now have a runner aboard with 2 outs, and here is Tyler Collins.
Not fair right there to Jay Up.
Well, I would say the last 2 or 3 weeks you could make that statement quite a bit, because he is really making solid contact and has been consistently. That time he just had a bad break.
Right to him. You have to give Houston some credit for having the data. They have their own proprietary information that they keep.
Here's a base hit to left center. He foiled the data there.
Here's the Magic Moonshot presented by Magic Window. Last night, Cage McCann comes off and pinch hits for the DH Victor Martinez. 8th inning. Goes deep. Moonshot. That'll make James feel a little bit better. Out the left to Tony Sipp.
That ball was hit better than 400 feet. And for McCann, it was his first ever pinch hit homer. He's got 2 on here with 2 outs. Up and in, ball 1.
James has struggled against right-handers so far this season. 164, 260 against lefties. Been a little adjustment for James. He started out as the everyday catcher, hurt his ankle. Has not been the same since he's come back, and has been splitting time quite a bit with Salty as well.
In there, a strike call.
That's a 1-0 changeup to a right on right. It's unusual. Tell me the next time you see one of those after this game.
Fiers trying to dig out of a 2nd inning jam. High fly ball off the end of the bat to center field. Marisnik is there, and that'll end the inning. Tigers threaten but leave a couple of men on base. We go to the 3rd. All right, fellas, it is still scoreless here, and Jake Marisnick is leading it off for the Astros against Verlander. It'll be Marisnick, Springer, Tucker. 9-1-2 against JV. Here's the ball missing high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Marisnick homered in the ball game last night. He ended up 2 out of 4. It was just his 2nd home run of the year. He also made a couple of nice running catches out in center field. There's a bouncer to the shortstop. Iglesias has it there.
It's down the line pretty good.
1 gone. Now the top of the order, George Springer.
Yeah, JV after 2 innings, 34 pitches after being 25 pitches in the first inning. So he's trying to get back on track here and get that pitch count down. Although Springer took him deep into the count, as well as Altuve. You hope that you get some early swings off of these guys and get it out.
Springer has not gotten cheated on his swings in this game so far. A big rip there.
He's got 22 home runs, so you know he's thinking that. If you can keep him in the middle of the field, you got a chance. Don't want to let him pull it.
The 0-1. That'll bounce in and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Springer, before that first at bat, was 4 for 6 against JV, but then Justin struck him out. So he's now 4 for 7. Right back up the middle off of Verlander. Cabrera's going to run it down. Did he make the tag? Yes, he's out at first base.
Yeah, I'd go tag him again unless he knows he tagged him. 'Cause they're gonna review it. They hit JV on the foot, right in the shoe.
Kevin Rand coming out now, the head athletic trainer for the Tigers.
That's not good. Let's see where it hit him.
Well, that seemed like a direct hit too.
Take a look at the whole play. You're going to see it go off his foot. I mean, he got over there pretty quick after getting hit.
Oh,
Is that off the insole? You could argue he was out of the baseline as well. Oh, he got him.
it's a pretty good leaping play there by Verlander to make sure he didn't land on him.
Yeah, that he doesn't jump. Oh, it looks off the heel a little bit. Instep of the heel. He doesn't jump. That could be a knee injury.
Agreed. JV's all right. He'll stay in the game. That's good news.
It's stinging a little bit. The thing you worry about with a pitcher when they have something like that is that they change something and it becomes a strain on the arm, shoulder, or elbow.
Here is Preston Tucker, who struck out in the first as well. Strike 1 to Tucker.
So I almost could give 2 C's on that one right there. So I'll go CC. C off the pitcher to the first baseman. So I have 2 C's.
Be even better if the pitcher was CC Sabathia. 0-2 on Tucker.
What are you smiling for over there?
See, I'm just putting a 1-3 because that's basically what happened.
Okay. Just talking out loud. Don't let me bother you.
Strike called. And Tucker is out of there. It's going to be a 1-2-3 for Justin Verlander. A couple of C's and a strikeout in this inning for JV. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. bottom of the third here at the ballpark. Tigers have their number 9 hitter leading it off. It'll be Iglesias, Kinsler, and Maben. Facing Mike Fiers, who somehow gave up a walk, a single, another single, but did not give up any runs, was helped out by a double play. And he'll throw a strike to Iglesias.
That'd be a 4-5 double play.
It was a 4-5, which you don't see often. Altuve to Bregman at third after the tag of second base. Iggy looks at a ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been a pretty good stretch here for Iglesias, an 8-game hitting streak. 1-1. Lifted in the air to right field. Springer going back, 1 gone. Well, let's check in now with the third member of our broadcast crew, Craig Monroe, who's down in the field again tonight. Simo, the Astros made Verlander work a little bit in the first inning, but since he's rebounded nicely.
Yeah, they really did, Mario. They got after him a little bit, but like you said, this is what aces do. They find a way to get back on track, and Justin has done just that. That fastball has some life on it, and his breaking ball is pretty sharp, so I'm encouraged. Excited to see what happens for the rest of this outing from Justin Verlander.
Yeah, he had 25 pitches in the first inning, 9 and then 10. So made him work hard in the first. JV's kind of made a little adjustment, getting his using his other pitches as well, and trying to get back. Now he's 44 pitches through 3 innings. That's one under the kind of limit that you want to have 15 per inning or less.
Ian Kinsler, the batter. Kinsler fly to center field his first time up. The 0-1. 0-2.
Things are a little fast down here, Mario.
Whoa.
It's a little fast down here.
Make sure you duck under that fence over there, Simo.
I'm going to have to. Again, we have to keep your head on the swivel.
Hey, Simo, you got that bat in your hand now. Don't be afraid to take a swing if it's coming at you.
Here's the 0-2. It'll bounce in, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, it was as bad of a pitch that was. I swung at some of those. You ever swing at one of those, Simo?
Oh, I swung at a bunch of those, Gib. That's why I have this mic in my hand right now. that slider down the way, change up down the way. Simo could take it. I couldn't take it.
Take that pitch.
You got to take that pitch. Get a better pitch to hit, right?
Yeah, you hopefully.
Here's the 1-2. Got him, strike 3, and Kinsler thought it was a tad low.
Nasty pitch right there. It's a splitter. You can see he's got the grip right there, right down in the outside corner. Pretty good pitch. Got to tip your cap there.
At the very bottom of the strike zone, that'll bring up Cameron Maben. Maben is 0 for 1 with a ground out. And he'll look at a ball low, 1-0. Cameron came in .321 career against the Astros. Fiers missing low, 2 balls and no strikes. Fiers came into this game with an ERA in the month of July of about 5.5. Here's the 2-0. High pop up, shallow left field. Correa going back, drifting, and Fiers will have a 1-2-3 inning. When we come back in the 4th, we'll be joined by Todd Jones, the former Tigers closer, as we continue to celebrate the 06 AL champs. That's coming up next. Top of the fourth inning, and hey, we love you, Todd. That is, of course, for number 59, Todd Jones, the former Tigers closer who is at the ballpark. Has been the last couple of days. We celebrate the 06 championship team. Jonesy, good to see you, man. How you doing?
Man. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Where's your tie? You're supposed to have a tie. It's company policy.
No. I'm not the staff here. You guys. I'm just the wacky, zany guest for the inning.
Jose Altuve leading it off against Verlander. Well, here's the obligatory. What have you been doing lately? I understand you've been working with a lot of the Tigers minor leaguers.
I did. Well, you know, when I retired, my wife threw a wonderful kind of retirement party for me, and there were 7 pastors at my retirement party. So I realized that I want to be involved in stuff. That's a really good play, by the way.
Great play by JB.
Nice long hop. Did you ever used to do that? The nice long hop, Jonesy?
Yeah, but mine was usually unintentional because I always just tried to throw it. That was a. I mean, you know, what can't this guy do? He goes and gets it all and makes a good throw. So anyway, I was retired and I was involved in Bible study, went to seminary classes and things like that, and I just kind of realized that I wanted to do things that are that's eternal, and I kind of think coaching is in that regard. So a couple years ago or a year ago, I contacted the Tigers, talked to Mr. Illich, and talked to Dave Dombrowski at the time and Al Avila now, and told them what I was wanting to try to do, and that was, you know, come up with a bullpen coach spot for the minor league guys because there's no development.
Ball hammered to center field, playable though for Maben, who will hold it in.
Cammy's got that one easy. It's good to see him back. We were together in 06 for a little bit, and it's good to see him come full circle. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping out in the minor leagues. I go and travel to Toledo, and I travel to Erie, Pennsylvania, and help out with the young guys in the bullpen. It's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of velocity coming, boys.
A lot of velocity coming. What's the biggest challenge trying to spread the wisdom to these kids that you're dealing with when you do like 8 to 10 days a month, right?
Yeah, and then like this last time in August will be a little bit longer than that, but really just helping them, just first of all, you know, having them trust me that I was with them in spring training, spent the whole spring training with them, get to know them, and then as situations come up during the nights that I'm there, just kind of present how you may want to go about it, and then, you know, because these guys they're just young guys, you know, they're just learning out, and they think that nothing is going to apply to them because they're so great and they throw so hard and things like that, and you just have to kind of chip away at that and just be there when they are experiencing tough times. Then you can be there to help them, kind of nurture them, and just pour into them.
We call that slowing the game down in a big moment, right?
That's right.
So how do you teach that?
Well, you have to teach these guys. You have to show them who they are first, what they do well, what they don't do so well, and try to teach these guys that you know, stay out of situations that you can't succeed at. You know, if you have trouble late in the count, you know, pound the strike zone early, things of that nature. You know, that these guys have learned and mastered, and you know, the guys in the bullpen now are you know, doing amazing, but it's all the stuff that all of us had to learn.
1-2-3 inning for JV. How about the first pitch from Todd Jones tonight, who, by the way, is going to stick around for another half? What do you got on this, Jonesy?
There's my daughter right there, looking good. Brad didn't frame it too well. I think it was a strike.
We'll be back.
A lot of gray. A lot of gray.
Miguel Cabrera leads it off as we go to the bottom of the fourth in a scoreless ball game. One strike to count on Miguel. He'll be followed by Victor Martinez. We're chatting with Todd Jones, the closer on the Tigers' 06 AL championship team, as we celebrate that club throughout the year. And Josie, you wanted to say real quickly, you wanted to give a shout out to the guys AA and AAA.
Yeah, sure. All the guys in Toledo and all the guys in Erie. You guys are watching this game. You guys are watching your games. So shout out to you guys, and I will see you in a couple of weeks, and hopefully see you guys up here.
And get some outs.
And get some outs.
Right.
From Gibby.
That was from you. That's what you told me to say.
Yeah, get some outs. Makes me look good.
Bouncer to the shortstop, Correa, and Cabrera is out. Well, tell us about the 06 team, because obviously it was one that was very, very special. You guys had a really good pitching staff. You had the youngsters like Verlander and Zamaya, and the older veterans like yourself and Kenny Rogers. Pretty good mix.
Well, yeah, I mean, having a chance to watch Justin tonight, let's say, and you watch him in 2006. And you see where he is today, and you just can't fathom that anybody can continue to get better, and he has just every year. He's really turned into the face of the franchise, and he's a special guy. And Zumi's a special guy as well. He probably had the best fastball I ever played with, and he's a great guy. And all the teammates around. Simo's down here now working, and you know, it's funny to see Simo in a suit, and because he was balling out, hitting 27, 29, 30 home runs that year, and really helped us out, and great teammate. And you know, time moves on, but for a city to even invite a guy to come back and relive a moment that was not a world championship, but Heck, we made it to the World Series, and that's a pretty cool thing to finish second, I guess. But you know, just to be invited is special, and get to see some teammates, and we all of us keep in touch.
Victor Martinez, the batter here, with one out, and Simo down in the camera well down there. What do you got on Todd Jones? What kind of teammate was he?
Well, he kept the mood light inside the clubhouse. There's no question about that. Jonesy's a funny character inside the clubhouse, and that was one of the things that the young guys we needed, because again, this team we were battling. We didn't know exactly what we were doing, and all of a sudden it started to get a little tight on us a little bit. And Jones is one of the guys that could calm the guys down, make us laugh, and make sure that we knew that this was a solid team, and we just have to believe in each other.
Well said.
You know, the one thing I remember about you was kind of funny was the way you came out of the bullpen. Remember that?
Yeah.
The joke they pulled on you?
Oh, yeah. The guys talk about keeping it light. You know, I mean, heck, it's a long season. You have to do that to make it through.
But you used to slam the door when you came out, correct?
I did. I got my jersey stuck on because it was an old door. And the bullpen was out in right field when it first opened up, and I got my jersey stuck on one of the things, and I slammed the door open that night, and I pitched well. So from then on, I was slam the door open guy, so I could pitch well and get 3 up and 3 down and try to get out of there. So it was a lot of fun, and there was some ups and downs, and I embrace all of it, and you know, whatever I did it here, and I'm proud to be a Tiger.
Nick Castellanos batting now with 2 outs. He'll look at a Baldo.
Jones, the one thing that I loved about you is you always played with your heart, man. You laid it on the line every single time you got the ball in that 9th inning, and playing behind you. We knew that Jones is going to give us everything he had, so we better be on the balls of our feet, ready to make some plays, because you were going to attack the hitters with your best stuff.
You had to be on the balls of your feet if you're an outfield for me, pal. You had to go run down mistakes.
Happy to do it.
I was happy to do it. I made a few plays for you, but you also came out with some big outs for us too, man. It was awesome.
Well, thanks. And you know, just having a chance to, now that you're retired, now we're retired players, and all you've really got is just relationships with teammates, and that's what people want to talk about when you're done, because the back of the baseball card says what kind of player you were.
Well, buddy, congratulations for being honored here today. We appreciate it, and thanks so much. Good to have you in the broadcast booth. Good luck to you, my
Thanks,
man.
guys. I appreciate it. Hope I see you guys soon. Take care.
Todd Jones here at the ballpark tonight. The fifth inning here, and Menards brings you the big money encounter. Justin Verlander, how about his average fastball, Gimme?
Yeah, it's going up. 94.6 mile per hour this month, fastest in any month since September of 2013. That just tells me he's not hurt anymore and that he's feeling the good mechanics again. He's throwing the ball pretty much exactly where he wants to throw it. You don't see him missing. Just watch the catcher's target. See how quickly he moves. When pitchers don't feel comfortable, they tend to slow down. They walk around more. They're fiddling with their arm all the time, shaking people off it. They're shaking their catcher off. But he's just getting it. He knows what he wants to throw right here. He already knows.
Alex Bregman leading it off. He is the third baseman for the Astros, then White, then Castro. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a bouncing ball to third. Tough pick there by Castellanos. How about that play?
Good to have hands. That's a little bit of an Olay right there. Good topspin on that ball.
Oh, absolutely. That's an outstanding play by Nick Castellanos there.
Yeah, watch his footwork. Look, he gets the feet where he needs them so he can throw. Concentration, eyes on the ball. Scoops out at the ball. Of course, the accurate throw.
Hey, Simo, what do you got in the improvement defensively for Castellanos this year? Because that was something I think he worked on hard in the offseason. We've seen a lot of that work come to fruition here.
We really have, and he doesn't get enough credit. I know there's been some plays throughout the season that we thought he should have made, but man, he's taken tremendous strides at the third base position. We have to remember, this kid was playing. He was a platoon. I mean, he was in the outfield. I mean, he was a project in the outfield during the minor leagues when Prince Fielder was here.
High fly ball to right. Collins cruising under it. 2 gone.
I mean, and now, I mean, he's found that position. I love the footwork there. Gibby, I thought he did an outstanding job of, putting himself in this, getting in a position to be able to make that play. And hands were a little soft. When you're down here, especially down in this camera, that ball gets on him pretty quick. But I like how he had the backhand there, made an outstanding grab, and threw an absolute missile across the diamond.
Yeah, there's an old saying, you catch the ball with your feet, meaning you set up your footwork quick.
Yes.
And that makes your hands and everything else fall into play.
Jason Castro, 0-1 the count. Castro, a ground out back in the second. Craig, if I'm correct, you never played the infield at all as a professional, did you?
Absolutely not.
So, but you can imagine how difficult it might be to go back and forth between the two positions.
No, it's extremely tough. I've talked to a lot of guys that have to do it. I think it's a lot easier to move from the infield to the outfield. The ball takes a little longer to get to you, but here at third base, especially for Nick Castellanos, right-hand hitters at the major level, the ball's coming off their bat over 100 miles per hour. It's quick. You have to have cat-like reflexes over here, and Nick displayed some quick feet, quick hands right there.
And even guys like Vilas and Romine, who have been able to play both positions. Meanwhile, Verlander, wow, pretty good numbers there.
Yep, he's after the first inning where he threw 25, pretty much 10 or under since then. 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Infield shifting on Castro to the right side. Here's the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Castro.
JV set something up. That ball was exactly where he wanted it. You can see the ball really tail. Threw it outside to begin with. That was an easy take for Castro, but again, that pitch has a purpose.
Pulled and caught by Cabrera. Nice little mini leap there by Miguel in a 1-2-3 inning for Verlander. He's retired 13 straight. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. For T-Mobile's greater coverage of baseball, here's what's going on around the major leagues. Rick Porcello threw another pretty good game last night.
Yeah, 14-2, hasn't lost since May 17th. Billy Burns on the move, traded from the Athletics to the Royals earlier today. We got a closer on the move as well.
Yeah, Mark Melanson is going to the Nationals, and he was rumored to be going there. That was a guy that the Nationals, as they say, were really focused on.
Well, they got their man. Hopefully they did a good job of scouting and it works out.
Trade deadline 4 p.m. on Monday. So a couple of days to go before the trading deadline. Mike Fiers goes back to work, and there is strike one on Justin Upton. Upton and then Collins and McCann for the Tigers.
You know, they have all these publications that talk about who's going where, who's a good match here and there. Go back and tally it up. Not many guys really get moved.
Fouled away.
And really, historically, if you look at, there are some really good deals that are made, but I mean, what, 2 guys get to the World Series, right?
Yep.
So you have to ask yourself the question, do we want to mortgage our future for a slight chance this year? I mean, everybody wants to go for it when they have a chance. That's the urge.
Here's the 0-2. You know, it's a really good point. I guess I never thought of it in terms of only 2 teams make it to the World Series. So really only a couple of guys who were traded at the deadline made enough of an impact to get your team to the World Series.
But you do have to get an opportunity to get there. So, I mean, I think the first thing is you want to try and get into the playoffs. Probably not in the play-in game with the wild card, but that we'd take it if that's all was available. And then you're just hoping you get hot, you get some pitching that's strong. You're playing well at that time of the year, and you can get into the World Series.
1-2 on Upton.
Well, give me back in 2006. Obviously, you talk about the trade deadline. Dave Dombrowski and those guys, they went out and they added Sean Casey to our team, and what a tremendous move. He was huge down the stretch for us.
Yeah, that's a good one, Simo. You almost forget about Sean Casey,
Yeah.
but that guy was one of those guys that they labeled professional hitter, and he got it done.
He really did. He came in with some big knocks. I mean, some real big knocks for our team.
Good personality, good guy to put in the clubhouse as well.
The mayor, we called him.
We had a guy way back in '87. You talk about mortgaging the future. It was Doyle Alexander. I think he was like 11-2 for us. Got us to the playoffs. We lost, but you remember who we traded for him?
That would be John Smoltz.
We lost a Hall of Famer. No. So there's an example of both ways.
Upton hit into a double play in his first at bat, and he'll look at a ball high, 2-2. Mike Fiers has been able to bob and weave his way through 4 innings. He got the Tigers in order in the 3rd and 4th.
It's amazing how the Tigers can score all those runs, 14 last night, and so far here in the bottom of the 5th, none. Houston off the board as well.
Ooh, just missed. You see it just was a little bit off according to Fox Strikes.
It's got to be something off speed where he's been going to. Everybody looks at these pitches a different way. Some guys sit off speed, some guys look fastball, some guys look area.
Look out, ripped foul.
84 miles an hour, I believe that's a changeup. I've seen a lot of right-on-right changeups. Or is it a split?
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Now the 3-2. Another foul. Turning into a pretty good at bat here for Upton to lead off the 5th. 10th pitch in this at bat coming up. Swing and a miss. He dusted him. That is the 3rd strikeout for Fiers. 1 gone. By the way, Tigers T-shirt Fridays continue Friday, August 5th. The Tigers battle the Mets at 7:10 p.m. Get a ticket plus a J.D. Martinez emoji T-shirt when you purchase exclusively at Tigers.com/T-shirt Fridays.
You have a favorite T-shirt that you wear?
I do actually, yeah.
What's on the front of it?
Well, I got it. It'll be hard to explain. It's got a big picture of a pig on the front.
So what does that mean?
Well, when I was doing Oakland basketball, we stopped in a little dive of a restaurant in Oklahoma on our way to a basketball game, and it was called the Pig Out Palace. And so I had to have a shirt from the Pig Out Palace, and it's got a big old pig in the front of it. You asked.
That's good. So it seems like the T-shirts. I like the T-shirts that are really soft. You know.
Yes.
I like the scratchy ones.
Nice.
And mine's probably a gray T-shirt with red Rolling Stones on the front.
Nice.
Just how about you, Sue? You got the real comfort one?
Yeah, I like the soft one. I'm all about the material.
And Collins retired.
I've got a vintage. I know it's going to sound real homer, but I got a vintage Detroit Tiger. Might have been before like 80. It might have been the 84, but it's a cool, I mean, absolute cool Tiger T-shirt that I absolutely love. And I probably wear it more often than I wear any other T-shirt.
Do you wash it?
I absolutely. I do wash it.
Just making sure.
Well, not when I was playing the game. If I was on a good hitting streak, that thing would just smell awful because
you didn't wash it.
I wouldn't wash it. Absolutely not, Gibby.
So you had that thing about if something went well, you did everything the same.
Yes, sir.
McCann looks at a strike.
It was in my head. It was in my head. There is no doubt. Superstition. It kind of goes along with baseball, if you ask me. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, you're trying to get superstitious in a good way.
Yes.
No balls, 2 strikes on McCann. What do you got on Fires here, Simo? This guy just doesn't seem to be overpowering, but he's getting it done.
I was just thinking that, Mario. You have to respect the way he's moving the baseball in and out. In fastball counts, it appears to me from here he's throwing breaking balls, and breaking ball counts he's throwing fastballs. He's doing an outstanding job of keeping the Tigers off balance.
A lot of changeups to righties. That you don't see that very often. I mean, you're a righty. You didn't see many of those.
Absolutely not. He's also elevating that fastball. That seems to be the pitch of the year. Justin Verlander does that extremely well.
Good block there by Castro. 1-2.
That high fastball, too, give it for me, one of the toughest pitches to take because as a hitter, it's the closest pitch to your eyes. And so you feel like you can get to that pitch. But when it's 93, 94, 95, it's tough to climb the ladder and get the barrel of the bat to the baseball. So it's a pitch you should take. But for whatever reason, guys continue to swing at that pitch and head back to the dugout.
Yeah, I swung at my share of them, and in the end, I just hope to foul them off and live for a better pitch.
Here's the 1-2 now from Fires. And that's going to be grounded foul.
Just look at the pitch speed variance. Says fastballs at 89, 90 miles an hour, take a little bit off, 87. Change up at 83, 82. That was 75 on the breaking ball. That's what screws hitters up. They like guys just come out and throw a hard fastball slider. Ooh, we like that, don't we, Simo?
Yes, we do. We hate these guys, though. Guys that keep you off balance, changing speeds, exactly what Fires is doing right now.
Swing and a miss.
There you got 91 on the heater. There he goes.
McCann is out of there. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 4 punch outs for Mike Fires. We go to the 6th here at Comerica. All right, Mick, thank you. As we go to the 6th inning, you're right, still no score. Jake Marisnick is leading it off. Springer, then Tucker to follow against Justin Verlander. And Marisnick looks at a strike.
There you see the standings, 4.5 back. The Tigers behind Cleveland. Got to try and catch the Tribe. I mean, they won, was it 13, 14 in a row? They're coming down to earth a bit. Tigers are putting the pressure on.
Not a good at bat from Marisnick. One gone, and we check in now with Justin White.
Hey Mario, Ian Kinsler is a partner and investor in a baseball bat company called Warstick. And over the offseason, one of the players he recruited to use Warstick bats is the Astros' George Springer. Well, Springer has had a lot of success using those bats this season, but there's one problem. When the Astros left for this road trip, Springer forgot to put his bats into the bat bag. So he is here in Detroit without any of his Warstick bats. And I asked him, well, why not just go over to the Tigers clubhouse and ask Kinsler if you could borrow a couple of his? And Springer's response was classic. I don't want to steal any of his hits. Guys, back to you.
I love it.
All right, J-Dub. Well, maybe that's why Springer's 1 for 6 in the series. He forgot the old Warsticks, and he wasn't about to approach Ian Kinsler. Here's the 1-0. Hammered back out of play, 1-1.
It is a real small company. They want to have very minimal usage right now. I talked to Ian about it a while ago, but they're kind of cool. That's another probably one of the marketing strategies is when there's not a lot of them, they become a little cooler. You know, they're harder to get.
Good point.
But they're also working on their product. Think about if you ever went into a bat company right now, you want to really secure your wood because the trees are really taking a beating right now. Did you use the ash bat, Simo, or maple?
I was really a big fan of the maple bat. For me, I always felt like they were harder, they were well compacted, and then the ball seemed to jump off the bat a little bit better than the ash for me.
Yeah, no, see, that's kind of a little generational thing. Probably my era and before, mostly ash. The maple, yeah, they came out and a lot of guys started using them, and those, remember the guys were using them where they had a long, like a 35, 30-ounce bat, and they were blowing up because the handles were too big, but they took care of that, didn't they, Simo?
Yes, they did. My favorite, though, Ken Griffey Jr., I found out early that he was swinging a C271 Louisville Slugger, and I was calling everybody trying to see if I can get one. And the great Jim Schmeichel always seems to make it happen here at the Tigers.
Springer hits the deck there and a ball up and in. 3-2.
Wow, little purpose pitch there, Simo.
Well,
get off that dish.
I think it's important. It's a good pitch here. Move his feet. I think it's important for guys to pitch inside. I think that's a lost art. Guys don't move. They don't move hitters' feet anymore. Allowing them to be comfortable in the batter's box. So I like the JV, not trying to hit him, but trying to show him that, you know, I own the plate.
There he comes back with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball up and in and gets Springer. There's going to be a little more on that next AB. Look at him looking back right there. See the grip? See that last finger remains on the ball, and that ball really tails. This ball is well out of the strike zone, but when you get knocked down, there's a little extra inside you. You want to get that guy.
Verlander down with 8 strikeouts. He's retired 15 in a row, and he drops in a breaking ball strike to Preston Tucker. Still no scores. We play here in the 6th. Tucker has already punched out twice in this game. They've got the shift on him defensively. Waving a miss, 0-2.
He was waiting on that one. He was sitting on it, but still jumped at it. Breaking ball. It's coming in there at 80 miles an hour. You gotta. It's not the 96. You gotta let it travel. Let it go a little deeper.
Verlander's strikeout high this year is 10. In fact, he's done it 4 times. He's too shy of that here tonight.
I'm calling fastball up right here at right under the letters that Houston. Just threw him a breaking ball down in the dirt, set him up beautifully. Now he's got to change his eye level for me.
Well, let's see what he got. You got a monitor down there?
I got a little monitor down here. They taking good care of me down here in the camera well.
Got a little following back there behind you, I see, too.
I do. A nice little following.
The 1-2. Chopper to the right side. Miggy's got it in fair territory, and he'll flip to first for the out. Boy, it's been a great night for Justin Verlander. He's retired 16 Astros in a row. He's absolutely cruising. Still looking for our first run of the game. Here is Jose Iglesias to get it started for the Tigers. We're in the bottom of the 6th. No score in this one. Mike Fiers goes back to work. He has retired 10 straight, so both starting pitchers right now in a groove. And both teams only have 2 hits. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball and 1 strikeout Iglesias. Jose trying to extend his hitting streak, which right now stands at 8 consecutive games.
A lot of pitches up in the zone. They're both throwing a fastball up and the curveball off of it, breaking down into the zone.
Did he go? He did not, says Paul Nart. 2-1 on Iglesias. Off the end of the bat, Fiers will handle it. 1 gone. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary as we look at what the starting pitchers have done. Mike Fiers 5 1/3 now, 2 hits, and Verlander has a few more strikeouts, but both these guys have been on their game tonight.
Guys, the beautiful thing about being in the camera well, I get to hear some of the conversations that go on in the dugout. I overheard the guys talking about Mike Fiers and what he's been able to do, and they simply told me that it's not about them. I mean, about what Mike Fiers is doing. It's more about what they're doing. They've done an outstanding job of shortening their swings, keeping the line moving, and tonight, for whatever reason, they're not taking what the pitcher gives them. Their swings are a little big. Look for them to shorten those swings here in the bottom of the 6th inning and try to get on the board.
And we'll see what Kinsler is able to do here as he looks at a breaking ball low, 1-0.
Yeah, those things, Simo, you know they happen as a hitter. You just get into these things. You think you're right on the guy, and you just get bigger and bigger, and the more energy you put into it, the longer your swing gets. You want to have a nice, relaxed, direct path to the ball.
I mean, it appears that the guys are seeing the baseball well, but this team in particular, the Tigers, struggle against guys that never give in. They change speeds, they move the fastball around, sort of pitching backwards, and that's been a problem. So I look for them to make the adjustment and get to him.
Now, we had a purpose pitch on Springer. It'll be interesting to see if they respond. His Fiers responds for his team.
2-1 on Kinsler. Ian with a fly out and a strikeout. Two and two.
Here's an off-speed pitch on a 2-1 count. That's happening more and more. Simo and I were doing a little shtick earlier back in the day, and back in the day in the National League, the wives' tale was you'd get a 2-0 heater, not in the American League, and now it's not either league.
No, guys are starting. I mean, they're basically pitching backwards. I mean, that is the recipe for success. 3-1 counts. You're seeing breaking balls change up. 2-0, 2-1.
That was on Tigers Live pregame. We're going to be doing some more of those types of segments.
That was really fun too. I like how you got on me today too. That's cool.
By the way, I did get you rock paper scissors.
Oh,
I hope they filmed that.
I hope they didn't.
Got him, strike three, and Kinsler not so crazy about that call from Adam Hammer, and he's letting them know it.
Yeah, that's right at the bottom of the zone. I think I don't know how much of a gripe he's got, but Ian got to say his piece. Again, he's looking maybe for something a little off speed here. Nice fastball right at the bottom of the zone. That's what Fox Tracks shows us. But that's a marginal pitch.
If it's a hitter, I mean, as a hitter, I don't like that call. That ball's down.
No, either do I.
Maben cuts and misses 0-1.
But it's not like it was 4 or 5 inches out of the zone.
It was borderline. Let's just say. But he punched him out on a split finger that appeared to be down the previous at bat.
I agree.
There it is.
The line drive to center, base hit. Got one to hang up there, and Maben slams it to center field. 2-out single. Hey, go to every Tigers home game in August for just $95 with the August Digital Ballpark Pass. 19 games for just $95. To order your August Ballpark Pass, visit tigers.com/pass.
Simo, what's your play right here? You got 2 outs, Cam Maben on first base. We know he can steal a base. He has 12 bags with Miggy up. Is your philosophy he should go here or should not?
No,
take the bat out?
Well, for me, I'd let the big fella hit. He's in scoring position when anytime Miguel Cabrera steps into the batter's box.
Maben bluffing, and it's popped up. Right side of the infield. Altuve calling off everybody. Stumbles, and he dropped it. Here comes Maben rounding third. Maben is saved at Oakland. And the Tigers take the lead.
That's what I'm talking about. We talk about this one time a year. It happens at least. He's hustling all the way.
Maben made that play. Wow.
That's winning baseball right there. We talk about hustling all the time. Let's just take a look. Good slide.
It looked like a routine pop-up to Altuve, but he just kept staggering. And the Tigers get the first run of the ball game.
And Simo, you've had this happen before. The crowd had an effect on that play right there. It's a routine play. Maybe you didn't end up where you wanted to be. The crowd roars a little bit, and it just kind of confuses you. And there you have it.
Yes, you did. And you also give me it's that we talked about it last night. It's the twilight. Guys not picking up the baseball. This is that time of the day.
Maristic catches the fly ball off the bat of Martinez. But a big error by Altuve. And some hustle by Cameron Maben. And the Tigers put that combination together for a 1-0 lead. Get a break. They lead it 1-0 on the air by Altuve, and ironically Altuve will lead things off here in the 7th. He'll be followed by Correa and Rasmus, and the way Verlander's going tonight, it may be all he needs.
Okay.
Altuve 1 out of 2, single in the first inning. Crowd suddenly coming alive on that ball that Altuve staggered with. There's a check swing, missed it outside, 1-1. Take another look at that play in a minute, but it appeared like Altuve may have stumbled a bit on a drain out there in right field. Now the 1-1. In there, a strike called, 1-2 on Altuve.
Yeah, no, that's the Kinsler call. Get you one back. He's getting it from Altuve as well. A.J. Hinch not joining. The intensity is kind of building in this game right here, so you will see some more emotion probably from both sides.
Verlander at 78 now in the pitch count total, so that's in good shape.
He's got to get through this inning, meat of the order.
Bouncing in, 2-2 on Altuve. Who now has hit safely in 21 consecutive road games. Three and two. 3-4-5 in this inning, facing Verlander. Justin has struck out a total of 8 in the game.
If Altuve gets out, I believe he's going to steal.
Foul back out of play.
He's going to try and make up for that mistake. Hopefully the McCannon's warmed up.
The McCannon should be good to go. It's primed.
JV will also give in Mario. He'll have to make a quality pitch here this year. Altuve is showing the power. He's got 18 already. He can change the swing, the game with swing of the bat.
Well, he's aboard now with the leadoff walk.
Here's our 1-800-CALL-SAM call of the game. It happened last inning. 2 down, routine fly ball. Watch Cam Maven right here. You know, some guys just don't run hard at all, but all you got to do is 3/4 long legs, what I call it. You just kind of take long strides, relax running, doesn't take a lot out of you. The crowd roars. Altuve's having trouble with the sky. And Cam Maven on his way in a great slide, laying down low, got that arm out there, recognized it, gets in there safely. That's good stuff. JB liked it. Umpiring from the dugout, he can do it all.
Now the tying run is on. There's a strike called on Carlos Correa.
I mean, speaking of Cam Maven in that particular play, hustling right off the bat with 2 outs, you should have seen and heard the excitement down here in the dugout. He plays with a lot of energy. He says, I only know one way. He's screaming in the dugout, I only know one way. and he's absolutely right. He plays with tremendous energy. He's having fun, and he's impacting the game. You have to love the positivity, the positive energy that he's feeding into this clubhouse and in this dugout.
And in fact, he's setting the standard for his teammates as well.
He fired Justin Verlander up. JV got a drink of water real quick, and he went out to the mound with on a mission. And it looks like he's going to be all right here in this inning.
The 0-1 is a ground ball foul, third base side.
Double play'd be nice right here.
Well, you mentioned that Altuve might want to try and make up for dropping that ball. He has 25 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught only 4 times.
Leads the American League.
Looks like he was leading. Looks like he was leading over there, guys.
So Ryan McCann's ready. He'll draw and throw.
If you watch Altuve, his look is different almost every lead. He's trying to set him up. You know, he wants to get that comfort. JB does have a quick move. And he's doing what you got to do right now. You got to throw it over there a lot. The worst thing for a base stealer, what they like the least, is when the pitcher holds it. That boy. Of course, if you're on the road, the opponent's fans would be booing. Get the luxury, you get a break here at home. But now you got to take your time and pick your way through this middle of the lineup.
Inside. Oh, he went around.
He did. Now JB right there, Simo. I got the clock on him. About 1 second to the plate. That's pretty tough.
That's real quick.
Pretty tough to run on. Definitely swung. Saw the bat head go out. Here's our high-speed pitch brought to you by Xfinity. 96 on the heater. Low of 77. Breaking ball.
I'm watching Gary Pettis over here. The Houston Astros third base coach. He's talking to Altuve with this hand signal saying, pick a breaking ball, pick a breaking ball. He's giving the breaking ball motion. So look for Altuve to try to take a base when he can guess right. He's going to try to guess and go on a breaking ball.
Well, you got a weapon at first base right now in Altuve that can steal a bag. It's 1-0. It's late in the game as we play here in the 7th.
Let's see if Altuve is doing a little peekaboo there, Simo. I got the camera on him. See if he's trying to get those signs. He's over there talking to Miggy.
Yeah. Verlander's doing a good job, though. Great job, actually, keeping him close.
You guys watch those eyes. He's kind of peekaboo. Let's see what he's looking at. He's looking at JB, not peeking in at McCann's signs. JB again right around 1 second. So Altuve needs about 3.2 seconds probably. He could be safe if it was not an accurate throw. So if you take 1 second, that means McCann would have to be 2.2. That's easy for James McCann.
1-1 is Rick to right field. Collins is right there. Ball hit hard but straight at him. 2 gone now. We check in with Justin White.
Hey Mario, all weekend long we are giving you an inside look at the Tigers AAA affiliate down in Toledo. Tonight on Tigers Live pregame, we brought you the stories of Dixon Machado and Jacoby Jones, a couple of intriguing prospects in the Tigers system. Jones, of course, coming over last summer in the trade for Joakim Soria, and Machado has all kinds of skills as a defensive-minded shortstop. You can catch that story again tonight after the game on Tigers Live, guys. Back upstairs to you.
All right, Justin, thanks. Look forward to that. Dixon Machado, he can play a little bit. He's highly regarded.
We've got some really good depth coming out of the minor leagues. Hear about all the guys that rove around: Gene Roof, Tram, Scotty Fletcher, Todd Jones. These guys are all very impressed with what they see. They have ability. Now they just have to put their game together. Takes time.
Todd Jones working with some of the pitchers, as he told us when he visited in the booth here tonight, saying there's a lot of velocity coming our way. A lot of guys down in the minor leagues at the upper levels, AA and AAA, they can bring it. The 0-1. Bregman looks at a ball outside. 1-1. JV's body language indicated he thought it was a strike.
It's a game within the game. Everybody's working on the umpire, Simo.
Well, he's been I mean, that ball is down, Gibby. He's calling it consistently. So for me, you can't continue to bark at him. He's been consistent.
Driven in the air toward left field. On the move is Upton, going to the track and makes the catch. Nothing comes of the leadoff walk to Altuve. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Chevrolet, more than you expect for less than you imagine. Tigers continue to lead this one. It's a 1-0 ball game. Only 5 hits between the two teams here tonight. Mike Fiers goes back to work. Castellanos, Upton, and Collins. And a swing and a miss, 0-1.
Another one of those splitters. Split change, I guess we'll call it. What do you want to call it, split or change? We saw it listed as a change, but you see the grip is a split change grip.
How about a splange? You looking at me like that was totally ridiculous. Splange, split and a change.
Okay. 0-1 on the splange.
Yeah, you're right. That sounds good, doesn't it?
All right, try something else.
Roman's getting loose down here, guys.
Yeah, he'll pinch run if he gets on. I was just thinking about that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the Chevy Silverado most dependable player, OPS by third baseman. Who's on this list?
Yeah, Nick Castellanos here, 850. Last 25 seasons, this is OPS by third baseman. Nick's having a heck of a year, keeps getting better. Put a lot of hard work into it. Starting to figure things out, getting a little more efficient with his ability.
Two and 2 on Castellanos. Fouled off.
Simo, how long did it take you before you really felt like you started to figure things out and get yourself under control and put the bat on the ball and do things efficiently?
I really felt like the second, maybe the second, third year I was in the big leagues. I started to understand myself, what I was capable of doing. I knew the pitches that I could be aggressive and attack, but I still could not, for whatever reason, take that slider down and away.
Another splange.
You're going with that, huh?
He's going with it.
I like it.
Trying to validate it.
I see you helping me out there, Gibby.
There it is. Split and change. Splange. I guess that looks like a split. Guess we got bad information. Didn't know he threw it like that. We now know.
Write that down in your book. Here's Upton. Justin, a double play ball and a strikeout. Ball 1. Fiers is a guy that does have a no-hitter in his background. In fact, he threw it last August against the Dodgers. And at one point retired 21 straight in that game. That was after he was acquired. Look out, Simo.
He's ready to go.
Charge that ball, Simo.
Catch it on that get the big hop, right? Create my own hop. Didn't get a chance to, Gibby. It had no chance of coming up.
Big hop or the short hop?
I don't like that short hop.
Here's the 1-1. Ooh.
That's, you can't see that, Simo, but that's right at the top of the zone in the inner part of the zone. That is paint.
What I am seeing, though, Gibby, in the camera well, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a lot of the front shoulders and the hips towards me, and that's a recipe for disaster. You have to stay on that baseball and drive it the opposite way.
Those balls, another pitch right there at Fox Tracks is right exactly on the line. It's right where you want it. That usually entices the swing, but hard to get on top.
Here's how Fiers has worked to Upton. Here's the 2-2 and a bouncing ball left side, base hit. Out of the reach of a diving Correa, and the Tigers have a man on.
Well, finally get one through the hole right here to Correa's right. Stays down. If that ball comes up, he might pick it, but it doesn't. It stays down, and the Tigers have Jay up on See if they try and put him in some motion. Although they got Tyler Collins up, they're probably going to want to leave that hole there, keep that first baseman covering first base.
Collins sliced a single against the shift his first time up. Strike one. Collins thought it was up.
Yeah, it was right at the top of the zone.
I had an interesting conversation with Tyler Collins probably a couple weeks ago, and he talked about shrinking the zone. He wants to make sure that he gets quality strikes.
0-2.
And pitches that he know that he can handle. Ever since he's come back up, guys, he's put on, I mean, he's had some solid at-bats, some big home runs.
3 dingers, yeah.
Yeah.
Good D. Here's Neshek warming up in the bullpen for the Astros.
Not chasing pitches out of the strike zone. Those are all, I mean, those are all things that allow you to have success.
Runner goes. Throw from Castro is on the bag, not in time. Stolen base.
Liked it. Flyers was fairly slow to the plate. And J-Up got a curveball right there. He's in easily. Scoot pretty good. Good jump. Castro has thrown out only 19% of base stealers this year. Good guy to run on. It's a good time to pick up a little 2-strike knock and RBI steak. A little ribeye.
7 steals for Upton. Here's the 1-2. Brad was talking about Collins and the success he has had since the recall, and he feels that we see this with a lot of guys, that he's finally learning how to slow the game down, which sounds like such a simple concept, but when you're standing here in front of 30,000-40,000 people and competing at this level, it's sometimes easier said than done.
Absolutely. You think it would be easy to cherish those moments, but you have to trick your mind because you tend to think negatively about you're afraid of failure, and you have to learn how to reverse you have to reverse that thought into the opposite, so you're comfortable and you're calm and you still perform the way you can perform.
I always tried to find a way to put the pressure on the pitcher. I wanted to be confident. When I stepped in the batter's box, I believed that he was going to make a mistake and I was going to be in a good position ahead. And I think that's the thing. If you have to be confident and you have to feel like there's no pressure on me, the pressure's on the pitcher to make sure that he makes quality pitches. If not, then I'll be able to do some damage.
2-2 on Collins. Tyler grounds it foul.
I used to, after a while, after I had some good moments, I used to write affirmations for myself. One of them would be something like, I love pressure situations because I know I perform at my best. And then you think about a moment where you succeeded. But the big key to it, though, is to remember how it felt. That's what imprints the belief. You remember what it was like circling those bases and that dinger you hit in the playoffs, don't you?
I sure do.
How did
you
it
have
feel?
to see yourself doing it. You go numb. You don't feel it. You're in the moment.
And again, the 2-2. It's low, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Be interesting if they bring in Neshek for McCann when we go to Saltamacchia. Saltamacchia.
Pretty good.
This is what I love here. I love it. I love it when the crowd gets going.
And they have a stake in it.
8th pitch in this at bat coming up. Here it is. And he lost him. 2 men on now for the Tigers. 1 out. You follow Tigers baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or your tablet. A T.J. Hinch comes marching out to the mound with the hook in his back pocket. And Mike Fiers will come out of this game and say, wall side windows pitching change here at Comerica. Tigers threaten with a 1-0 lead in the 7th. Now it's 1-0. Tigers have the lead. They are threatening here in the 7th with 2 men on and 1 man out, and Pat Neshek will take over.
Yeah, look at the lefties, 300 average. Righties only 122. 1 home run all year. He is really tough on right-handed hitters, and you'd think he's a ground ball guy, but it's really only like 38% ground balls. You got to get through this motion that he's got. Stay on the ball. Throws from his down to low sidearm delivery. It's definitely different than Fiers, who throws kind of a high 3/4. So you have to, I like James taking a pitch right there and trying to find that release point. Felt that was always something you had to believe in yourself to take a strike, get his release point so you can pick up the ball.
0-2.
Yeah, these guys can be tough on you here because you come accustomed to seeing the baseball up around the head. You kind of have this tunnel vision when the ball's coming into the plate. When guys come from down under, it's always seem to give hitters trouble. Giving you're absolutely right. You have to stay on the baseball. You have to try to get jammed.
Got him, strike 3. 3 pitches, and McCann is caught looking.
He's called that low strike. He's going to stay with it. He's sticking to his guns on that. Take a look at the grip right there. Look at that release. Look how low the arm is. Gets back over the plate. Castro bringing the ball up, trying to convince the home plate umper Adam Hamari. And he gets the call. Now, batted balls in play on average in the major leagues are about, the average is around 300. Against Neshek, 182. So he's just tough.
Now here is Iglesias, who looks at a strike.
If you're putting together a pitching staff, you want to have different type pitchers. So you go from Fiers high 3/4 at the lowest, and now you bring this guy in. It's just very effective against your opponent.
And Neshek has pitched a lot last 2 years with Houston and St. Louis each the last 2 seasons. And now he's quickly ahead 0-2 on Iglesias.
He's firing strikes for sure. If you're the runner down there, Jay up. Tyler Collins at first. You want to make sure you're a little more aggressive on your secondary lead here. Get a long single. Tyler Collins should be thinking about scoring. You can get off just a little more down there.
Slap to right field, sinking and caught. Springer, sprawling play in right field. He takes a base hit away. No runs, couple of men left here in the 7th. Simo, get ready for postgame. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Enjoy it.
All right, Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Justin Verlander on his game tonight, just throwing all his pitches. Little kick save right there, has to jump out of his way. Good play right here on the bunt play by Altuve. He's doing it all. That high fastball set up the good breaking ball. Hitters are giving up on that. Nick Castellanos cleanly takes care of this one. 7 innings so far, 2 hits, a walk, and 9 strikeouts for Justin.
Well, he's retired 19 of the last 20 he has faced, and the first pitch is grounded right over his head. Kinsler on the charge, and he got it.
That is some type of play.
Ian Kinsler with a barehanded play from second base.
Watch this right here. He sets it up, barehands it, sidearm throw, right on the money. This is not easy. Take a look. Look at him set it up. Takes the approach where he can grab it, where he's comfortable making that throw, and really gets him easily.
Excellent play by Kinsler.
Plays made tonight.
Here's Jason Castro. Breaking ball hit in the air to left. It's going to be playable for Upton, and how about that? 2 quick outs.
That's what we ordered.
Now with Marisnik due up, Gaddis will step to the plate, and right now they're looking for some thunder off the bench.
Trying to tie this game up. DJ Hinch realizes he has 4 outs to go. Probably see him keep the ball away. McCann's going to go out, JV, and talk to him. Got a new hitter. I want to make sure they're on the same page. Looks like JV's doing quite a bit of talking. Of course, you want to get the glove over the mouth. You don't want anybody to decipher what's going on there.
So Marisnik was 0 for 2. He'll give way to Gaddis, who has hit 17 home runs this year, but checks in with a batting average of .218. And he'll look at a strike 0-1.
I'm sure Gaddis will go to the left, and they'll probably move Rasmus over to center in the bottom of the inning. Tigers are going to be looking for an insurance run for sure. Now, if you look at Fox Tracks, that's a strike. He's called that. 0 for 3. Career versus Justin.
The only run in this game scoring on an error by Altuve, with 2 out in the 6th inning. Big rip there, and it's fouled back out of play. 1-2. More action in the bullpen.
Will Harris?
No, Giles, the right-hander, warming up.
Yeah, Giles is the setup man, and Will Harris is their closer, so that was my bad.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Verlander, another 10 strikeout game, his 5th of the year. He puts an exclamation point on the 8th inning. We'll have a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and fans, Fox Sports Detroit's University Days rolls right along this summer. University of Michigan in the house at Comerica Park Friday, August 19th. Buy a special ticket package to the Tigers-Red Sox game. Get a special edition Tigers baseball cap in Wolverine colors. To buy tickets or for more info, visit tigers.com/UM.
We got a wall side windows change. Ken Giles coming on for Houston. Fastball slider guy, lots of sliders, likes the sliders. This is the kid that came over from Philly, wasn't it, Mario? And he's kind of the setup guy for Will Harris. So being a 1-run game, AJ Hinch is going with one of his better pitchers.
We can bring it, he knows that. Ian Kinsler leads it off, and he looks at a fastball at 98 for a strike right at the knees. Some changes. Rasmus now in center. Bregman moves to left field. White from first to third. Castro is at first, and Gaddis is behind the dish. So one pinch hitter results in a lot of defensive changes, and he went around. Strike called by Paul Nart. Oh, 0-2 on Kinsler. Ian is 0 for 3 tonight. Checked it again. He went around. This time Adam Hammery called him out, and now we're going to get some words
in the game.
Kinsler and Hammery. And he's going to walk back to the bench, but voice his displeasure.
Let's take a look at Big Boy's big play of the game. It's 1-0. Got on base with the single. Cam Maben leads off the inning. Then we got a pop-up, a 2-out pop-up to Altuve. Seems to be routine in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Cam Maben 3/4 long legs it all the way around, turns it on with a good slide, and that's where we're at. 1-0 tying here at the bottom of the 8th inning.
Heater at 99, missing high to Maben.
Oh, he's fresh, isn't he? Giles?
He can bring it.
Throws a ton of sliders, though. More sliders than he does fastballs. I think they gave up the kid, was it Vasquez?
Velasquez,
who's now in the trading block we hear from Philly.
Right. And we saw that kid earlier this year at Comerica Park. He's got an arm, man.
Yes, he does.
Ooh, we try to hold up, and Maben goes around.
Everybody, Kinsler is the same. That is a tough pitch to see.
One and two. Two balls, two strikes on Maben. On deck, Miguel Cabrera.
It's going to be a slider here.
Swing and a miss.
Don't know if he's thrown 2 heaters in a row.
Giles marches off the mound with his second strikeout.
There's the grip. See the fingers on the side of the ball. Watch the release, the follow through. On those fastballs, one's called pronation, one's called supination. I think this would be called supination.
Supination.
Yeah, pronation is when you pronate. You go to
Turning
the
it
inside.
over?
Yes. I may have reverse.
Strike one, the call on Cabrera.
Sometimes you only retain part of the lesson, right?
Supination.
Yeah, look it up, somebody. Supination.
Is that like a guy that loves his country? I live in a supination. Here's the 0-1. Rolled foul. Look out. Dave Clark out of the way. 0-2. Well, the Tigers have seen a few different looks on the mound tonight. We talked about Neshek and his style, now Giles and his style. Miggy can hit any style. Here's the 0-2. Fouled away, out of play.
You looking?
Supination is the opposite of pronation.
Well, I knew that.
And refers to the outward roll of the foot during normal motion. We're talking about foot. Swing and a miss. Boy, Giles faces 3 batters and strikes them all out. That was pretty impressive. We'll go to the 9th. Here comes JV. crowd making some noise now because Justin Verlander has taken the hill. Trying for a complete game. Andrew Romine is the new third baseman. And for Justin, it'll be the top of the order. George Springer will lead things off in a 1-0 game.
You know he's going to hit it to Romine.
Always happens that way. Here's a strike called.
Crowd is really into it, and JB came out in between innings. Very excited, cheering. JB's pumped up and fresh. Nobody up in the bullpen for the Tigers.
The 0-1. Drill to left field, a base hit. And the leadoff man is aboard for Houston. Single for Springer is his first hit of the night, and that is only the third hit allowed by Justin this evening.
Good time for a double play. That would really complete the effort.
Preston Tucker is up there.
Again, nobody up in the Tigers bullpen. Looks like the Astros have a couple going. Need to get that double play right here.
This will be the 100th thrown on the night by Verlander.
Springer 6 bags, caught 7 times.
That's not a good ratio at all. Altuve on deck. Ball 1 to Tucker, and missed high. Tucker 2 strikeouts, and he hit a little number right back to the mound his last time up. Was hitting over 300 at Fresno, their AAA team, before he was called back up recently. The 1-0, swing and a miss.
As we said, Astros, they're getting their closer Will Harris going over there. No action in the Tigers. It's JB's game. Got it all covered up. Up to JB. JB now at 99 pitches. 69 of them strikes.
Popped him up. Shallow center field. Maben says, I've got it. And he makes good on it. 1 gone. By the way, tomorrow the Tigers host these Astros at 1:10 p.m. Sunday Kids Day. All kids 14 and under receive a free Francisco Rodriguez poster. For tickets, visit tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER.
Of course, it's this guy here, Altuve. You don't want to take him lightly, and JB and McCann out and have another conference. I believe he's going to pretty much try and keep it down and away from him. If you're going to get in on him, you better really crowd him. We showed you the hot zone earlier in the game. Covers just about everything except up and away and down and away. Outfielders are deep, as they should be. You want to make them at least get 2 hits to score. And don't neglect George Springer over there.
And Altuve bends away from a bender that's in for a strike. He walked in the 7th inning. The single that Verlander allowed here in the 9th was the first hit given up since the 1st inning. That's how dominant Justin has been this evening. Altuve ground ball deep in the hole, it's short. Throw to second is not in time. It'll be an infield hit for Altuve. 2 men on.
Well, you got to play up the middle for the double play, and Iglesias was up. You see where he is? got over there pretty quick, but Springer had a very good jump, and he runs well. So all in all, with Altuve up, I guess you're going to have to take it because he didn't hit the ball in the gaps. That'll bring up Correa. Does have one hit and a strikeout, 1 for 3. Hit the first pitch in his first at bat, a fastball. Justin usually likes to drop that curveball over in his first pitch in these situations. Just did it to Altuve. See if he does it again.
Each ball club now with 4 hits. Tying run is second base. 1 out. And 2 men on for the Astros. And a strike called. Came in with a fastball. Now we'll get some action in the bullpen as K-Rod begins to warm up.
I think JV's more on the pitch count. He's at 105. I think maybe 115 tops.
Now again, McCann walks out to the mound.
This also gives K-Rod a chance to get warmed up quickly. But you got to take your time in these situations. You got to make sure you're on the same page. You don't want to say I should have done this or I should have done that. You want to go out and confer and have your conviction. Listen to this crowd again.
34,673 in attendance tonight, and now time given to Correa.
Little gamesmanship there. McCann went out, so he wanted to just say, oh, I'm going to step out as well.
Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The only run coming on a drop pop-up by Altuve back in the 6th inning with 2 outs, scoring Maben from first base. Big rip there, and he found the straight back 1 and 2 on Correa. Correa has 15 homers this year. The crowd really making some noise now. Rasmus on deck. Here's the 1-2. Little looper into center field. It's going to drop. Base hit. Rounding third, Springer. He will come in to score. And the Astros have tied it up on the RBI single by Correa.
That's a pretty good at bat right here. Just got to give Correa some credit right here. JV starts him out with the fastball. Even though he hit it the first at bat. Another fastball right there. All heaters. Now he goes with the curveball, and Correa's sitting in the bushes for it, stays on it. And the Astros have tied this game up, and they're first and third now with 1 down. Went down and got it, stayed on it, didn't pull off it. Look at how he stays on it. That's eyes are on the ball. This Astros team's come back many times this year.
Now Rasmus. And he fouls it straight back 0-1.
Needs a strikeout now or a double play ball. Rasmus runs pretty good.
First and third for the Astros. And Frankie Rodriguez joined by Shane Green. A 1-1 ball game as the Astros scored here in the 9th. Ball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Rasmus is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, hit a ball hard his last time up, but right to the right fielder Collins. Another big hack, and the count goes 1 and 2 on Rasmus. 3 singles in this inning for Houston. They've tied it up. The rookie Bregman waiting on deck.
He's got to stay up there. He might try and bounce a ball, but McCann's got to make sure he blocks it. I'm pretty sure he's going to stay up there with that heater. They've been trying to throw it up and in the whole night against Colby Rasmus.
2 balls and 2 strikes. That one just missed inside. Crowd didn't like it.
Well, Foxtrack says there was a bit inside. I don't know how he lays off it, but he does. JB doesn't get the call. Get that fastball in there now. I think you'll get that call.
Here's the 2-2. Sliced on the ground to the shortstop. Iglesias, tough play. They'll get the out at second, but a run will score, and the Astros have taken the lead. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Colby Rasmus.
2 balls that just found a hole over there to the shortstop of Altuve's hit. And now Rasmus right there on the fielder's choice. He brings in the go-ahead run.
Here's Alex Bregman, who is 0 for 3 and now 0 for 16 in his big league career, and he swings and misses 0-1. Two runs on 5 hits for the Astros, a run on 4 hits for the Tigers. Fouled back out of play 0-2 on Bregman.
Looking ahead to the Tigers, they got Vmart, Romine, Jay up. Of course, they're going to need to have a pinch runner if Victor gets on.
Will Harris will be coming into the ball game. Swing and a miss. Bregman goes down. That'll end the inning. However, Houston scores 2 in the top of the 9th. Justin Verlander walks off with 11 strikeouts, but he'll need some help. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. Wall-side windows, we can do that. We are the factory. And by Infinity, visit your local Detroit area Infinity retailer for a test drive today. Well, the Astros had not scored all night long, and they got 2 on Verlander in the 9th inning, and now we go to the bottom of the 9th, and the Tigers will face the Houston closer.
It's Will Harris. This is a good story in this kid. Rule 5 pickup long ago. 42 games so far, 11 of 12 in saves. He's taken over for Luke Gregerson. ERA at 171. High fastballs and big curveball. Throws right over the top. Can be had.
11 of 12 save chances this year, and he will face Martinez and then Romine and then Upton. Tigers down by a run as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And Victor looks at a strike in the outer edge, 0-1.
Got a little cut on his fastball. A little natural cut. Start off with a nice double here, or a dinger.
Harris made his first All-Star game this year. Ball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. V-Mart tonight, a walk, fly ball, fly ball.
Of course, the Tigers are looking to get that lead runner on there. Get some pressure on this closer of the Astros.
They're playing Victor to pull. And he looks at a strike. Ooh, right in the outer edge.
That's a pretty big curveball right there. You haven't seen it. All you've seen is fastballs. Romine on deck.
Harris was born in Houston, lives in Baton Rouge. The 1-2. Blocked at home plate.
It's a pretty good snap on the hook, isn't it?
It's a really good snap.
So you got to see him up. Of course, that's what a lot of hitters do that have the 12-6 or 11-5 breaking balls. They set up that fastball high in the zone, and then they throw the curveball out of the same plane. You tend to give up on it because you're telling yourself, lay off that high heater. We go fastball away here.
Ground ball back up the middle. Correa has it there. Victor is out, 1 gone. So they keep the leadoff man off the bases. Romine will not bat. Here comes Saltalamacchia. He will pinch hit. Does he have another one in him?
Well, we hope so. He's had many this year for the Tigers. Big home runs at big times, big hits.
These moments were built for Saltalamacchia, at least this year. 10 home runs on the season. Pinch hit homer on Sunday against the White Sox.
Harris 205 against righties, 236 lefties, so playing those numbers, it makes sense. Of course, Salty can hit it out of the park as well.
Little chopper to the first base side. It's going to be a foul ball.
If he gets on, he's going to have to run Mike Aviles. So the Tigers will be out of players. But you got to do what you got to do to win. You got pitchers that can play should you need another body.
Infield shifting against Saltalamacchia. In there, a strike call. Man, that's been a dynamite pitch.
Well, that's the key to his success. For as sharp as it breaks, obviously you have to learn how to control it, and that's what he's done over the past couple of years.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia is out of there, and there are 2 gone.
Come on, Jay, up. You see it? Watch the ball's going straight down. .92, 93 on the fastball, about 81 on the curveball. So you've got a good 10, 11 mile an hour variation there with the same arm speed.
Here is Upton now. He is 1 for 3, single, stole a base in the 7th. And J-Up looks at a strike. Again, the bender. And his control with that pitch has been pinpoint as well.
It has, and the other one is chase pitches. He's gotten ahead in the count, so his chase curveballs have been better as well. Hard to lay off him.
Upton checked it outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got another guy on deck. Tyler Collins has had some magic going as well. J-Up get on, and maybe Tyler can do a walk-off piece.
I'm in. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Harris had a great year last year. 68 appearances, a 1.90 ERA, had a couple of saves last year. Now he's in the closer's role this year. He did not go. 3-1.
Dirty dog. Was a 2-1 curveball. You're thinking, as a hitter, he's got to throw me the heater. He's going to get it here, though. Safe zone, heater away.
By and away, ball 4. Now the tying run is on. 2-out walk for Upton.
J-Up already has 1 stolen base tonight. Going to get a visit from the manager, A.J. Hinch. Collins is going to see some breaking balls, you know that. They've scouted him, and they know that he hits that heater, although he did hit an off-speed pitch out last night. Let's take a look at this. This was, I believe, in the 6th inning. Actually, I'm sorry, the 2nd inning. Off-speed pitch. Stays back on it after seeing about 3 or 4 of them, and that was deep into the right field seats. Made it 9-2. Tigers went on to win. How about this little walk-off piece right here? Call him. What else do I got to do but call a walk-off?
I'll give you the biggest high five if he hits a home run right here.
I thought you were going to say a hug.
Well, that too.
Come on, Tyler.
Infield playing to pull on Collins. And he fouls it away. Had a rip, 0-1. Tigers trail 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Tying run at first and 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Slice to center field. It's going to get down, a base hit. Upton will go to second, and the Tigers are still very much alive. Second hit of the night for Collins.
Well, Tyler Collins, he's feeling it. Just they stays back on this. There's the breaking ball again. Look at him, foot down, keeps his hands back. Not trying to pull it anymore. Up the middle. Tigers now have 2 men on base, 2 down. James McCann looking for some headlines.
Come on, James. He is 0 for 3. Winning run now is at first base. Two on and 2 out.
Remember when Iglesias, he lined out to right field, Springer was cheating in. He's cheating in again. I like this for the Tigers. Right here. He's in just a bit. Get a ball in the gap, James. Tigers win.
0-1 on McCann. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tell you, you don't want to make outs on the bases, but Timon Will Harris, he's over a 1.5. Maybe surprise him. You get 2 strikes here. See if you can't get Castro throwing into left field. Apply some pressure.
Swing and a miss, and McCann tried to hold up, unable to do so. Now 1-2.
Down to 1, got 1 left. Will Harris comes right over the top. You can tell he's got real tight spin on his pitches. Hard to pick the spin up and see what the pitch is going to do. Got to be a curveball, but the fastball is going to throw it high and out of the zone.
Fouled away. McCann got a piece of the fastball. 1-2, the count stays. Iglesias waiting on deck.
So right there, as soon as Harris turns his head home, if you do a little shuffle, he's a 1.78. It's a gimme.
Upton got it started with a 2-out walk, then a single by Collins. Each ball club now with 5 hits. Justin Verlander was masterful tonight, but he gave up 2 in the 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit, left field. Here comes Upton rounding third. They're going to send him home. Out of the plate, not in time. Collins to third. He dives in safely. We are tied.
That's good stuff. Seeing some emotion. Guys are digging. James McCann's been struggling against righties. Down to his last strike, and he comes through. They were cheating. See, he's cheating. The jab gets around there pretty good. Bounce off the catcher Castro. And Tyler Collins onto third. That's an infielder out there, I believe, in outfield. Good jab. He can scoop pretty good now.
A 2-out comeback for the Tigers. Now a chance to win it. Iglesias looks at a strike.
How about a little breaking ball in the dirt that doesn't get blocked?
Single RBI. E7 allows the runner to go to third. And that is the winning run, Tyler Collins. 2-2 ball game. Line drive, foul. 0-2.
Ooh. Some suspense in there.
The Tigers get to the closer. Now they're just trying to finish the deal here. Harrison retired. Martinez and Saltoloakia. 2 out, nobody on. Walk, single, single. And a bouncing ball to the right side. He's going to cover it first. And the Tigers win! He's safe at first base! And the Tigers win!
They're gonna replay this.
Harris did not get there in time, according to Paul Nard. And they're going to replay it.
I believe he beat him. You get these tight games like this, a little fundamental like that. Tigers win a game today. Cam Maben hustling on a routine pop-up to the second baseman, scores 1 run. Will Harris doesn't get over to first base quick enough for the Astros. It appears that that's going to cost him. That's the winning run for the Tigers. Good hustle by Iglesias.
Harris got the ball in time, but Iglesias clearly beat him. That's going to be a winner for the Tigers. What a comeback tonight for the Tigers. Here's the official call. Safe!
two-out rally, and the Tigers win. Man, is it electric in the ballpark right now.
Look at JV, he's fired up, and he should be. Brad Osman stuck with his #1 starter, deserved the win, and got the win.
Two runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Iglesias is safe, and that touches off a huge celebration here at the ballpark. What a night tonight at Comerica. Tigers win 3-2. We'll be back.